was an executive session held immediately prior to this meeting to discuss personnel and litigation matters.
Department reports, code enforcement,
I have nothing outside of my report this time.
okay? Engineer, Brian Miller.
Thank you. We submitted a written report. I'll just give a couple of brief updates. The Allegheny County Health Department had sent a letter to the township regarding the sewers along Rock Run. I met with Veolia prior to this meeting, went over the progress that they've made in that investigation, and we will be following up with the health department with a letter summarizing what's been done to date. In addition, the bid opening was held just prior to this meeting for the Greenwald Farm storm sewer project that is on the agenda tonight. And I also included with my report a memorandum regarding the salt shed roof replacement. That memo was primarily focused around raising the roof and putting a new clear span style roof on there, and what the results of our analysis were. Prior to this meeting, I met with Jake and went over there, and we were reviewing the structural integrity of the existing trusses, so that's something that we will be adding to the report once we follow up. Beyond that, those are the major updates, unless there are any questions.
I have a question. What happened to the man's foot? I thought it went out for bid too.
No, we're working on the permitting for that one.
Okay.
They have required additional permits because we're technically relocating an existing street. So it's more involved.
Police,
For the month of April, there were 868 events logged by Allegheny County 911 Fire Department. There were 5 adult arrests, 1 juvenile arrest, for a total of 6. Officers conducted 51 traffic stops, issued 4 traffic citations. Officers investigated 11 motor vehicle crashes, 7 reportable, 4 non-reportable, with 4 injuries because of these crashes.
thank you. Public Works,
We started that drainage project down there off the lake, and that's gonna take a while, there's a lot of concrete to go through. And, the contractor started on a parking lot today, and they're not gonna be too long, we're gonna be doing the final, mulching on that. And that'll be okay, well, that's about it, I mean, just a lot of little stuff, trying to catch up on.
solicitor,
I do have one item outside of the issues that we discussed in executive session. At the last meeting, as a follow-up, I had numerous correspondence with the Dollar General, the both management company and the corporate headquarters for them, giving them a deadline of today in order to at least begin the repairs of the construction of the retaining wall at the Dollar General site. Unfortunately, they fell on deaf ears. We did not get any real movement. I had a conversation with the management company out of Texas on Friday, and he basically said that he was confused. He didn't know why, that he wasn't getting any responses either. And I told him that there was no more time, and that basically at this meeting, I would ask the commissioners to authorize myself and John to work to coordinate to take any and all legal action that we are entitled to under the subdivision and land development ordinances and any other ordinances for the township. So I don't really need a motion, but I would at least like a consensus of the board to allow me to go ahead and work with John to begin daily citations, a lawsuit to enjoin and possibly force them to comply with the ordinances and put the wall in, and also looking at whether or not we can actually pull their occupancy and shut down the store until this repair is done. So if I can have a consensus of the board,
Yeah.
yes,
And I do think that the occupancy would be probably the thing with their attention. I mean, that would be, I mean, we've been playing around with them for a long time, so I absolutely totally agree. And we have other issues besides the wall too, like they don't have the grass, there's a whole myriad of issues that, and, you know, if we get this one taken care of with the wall, I think we need to get their attention, so we're not going back and back and back.
yeah, and I did have that, I did have all of this communications with Mr. Boots, who did relay it then to Dollar General corporate. in an email. So, I mean, they know that today was the deadline, they know that we were gonna be recommending, possible closure of the store, temporary closure of the store. So they're aware of all of that, so none of this should be a surprise, that John and I will work starting tomorrow, to start the citations, and move forward with litigation and doing what we have to do. So unfortunate, but we've given them more than enough time. I began with the issues in January. They told me from January and February that basically the weather was the issue. In March, I was told that, there was a contractor that put a bid in, that was awarded the project. Nothing was then done in April, and then when I questioned them in April, they really had no response. I know the contractor did reach out here at one point.
I had several, even during the bidding process, and then the one did reach out. And they were asking, basically, they're not getting any information from Dollar General. And I talked to Brian about it, they basically wanted us to tell the contractor what to build. I'm like, we have to approve it, but we're not paying the bill,
Yeah, and Dollar General Corporate passed this off to like at least three, probably just 3 or 4 different people. The original woman that was handling it went on maternity leave, and then there was another person and another person. So I don't know if that's part of the issue, but literally, after an email was sent by the gentleman out of Texas who's managing the site, saying, this deadline was coming up, it's imperative that we do something, that they do something. There was just crickets, there was nothing, no response. And when I talked to him on Friday, he was in the airport leaving for corporate business, and he said, I don't know what to say, I'm sorry, but we got no response, and, do what you have to do, so that's where we're at with it, so. Okay, that's all I have, thank you.
Sanitary, Will Water.
That's out in the reports up front, if there's any questions. I'll go for the
Okay.
At our last meeting, we had a concerned resident talk about an EMS call that went out in Narragansett, and it was stated at that time that it was a 35-minute response. That, of course, set off quite a discussion for 15 minutes on the state of our EMS. And my brother called Mr. Pasco and also pulled a 911 report on this. As it turns out, because it came in as an advanced life-saving, high priority call, there was not one ambulance that was sent, but 2 were sent. Each one staffed with a paramedic. They arrived there in just under 12 minutes. So I just wanted you to realize that this company is really trying, and that was totally misstated. We still need to move forward with improving our AMS, but they're really doing much better than was stated at this meeting. I thought you all needed to hear that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Citizens to address agenda news. Russell Urbana.
Hi, I'm Russ Urbanic. I just have a couple of quick questions. Has there been any movement on the sewage, the Act 37? So we've heard nothing from them.
No, there's been correspondence with the DEP, but it's still in there.
So we're still pumping stuff at the river every time it rains, basically. And the other question I had was, back on November 20th of 2017, and Nick Ivazovic was to look into sanitary authority matters, and he presented a kind of.
So that matter has been passed off to Marcus and Shapiro, the law firm that's handling the litigation on that issue. But yeah, it has moved forward for litigation, but I can't comment because it's pending litigation right now.
Is it like in litigation?
It is.
Okay, thank you.
Items for consideration, motion to approve the general fund bill warrant dated May 6, 2019, in the amount of $170,000, $714.72.
So moved.
Second.
Motion to approve the sanitary,
Yes.
Motion to approve the sanitary fund bill warrants dated May 6, 2019, in the amount of $125,210.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Simula?
Yes.
Commissioner Watt?
Yes.
Commissioner Beckwith?
Yes.
Commissioner Blake?
Yes.
Commissioner Roderick?
Yes.
Motion to approve the meeting minutes of the public hearing held 4/15/19. Roll call.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Simula?
Yes.
Commissioner Watt?
Yes.
Commissioner Beckwith?
Yes.
Commissioner Blake?
Yes.
Commissioner Roderick?
Yes.
Motion to award Greenwald Storm Sewer Project to the lowest qualified bidder contingent upon KLH's review.
So moved.
Second.
Question on the motion.
What was the low bid, Ron?
We, just for everybody's knowledge, we had the bid opening just prior to the public meeting. We did receive 10 bids, and currently the lowest apparent bidder is Morgan Excavating in the amount of $66,989.70.
Wow.
What was the next bid up?
It would be, we had a group of them that were all 83,000, it looks like it was Jet Jack, $83,140. And we had three at 83,000 that were within $800. So we will review those bids, we will still provide a bid report, but in the interest of time, the motion for this tonight was based on our recommendation.
Roll call.
Commissioner Simula?
Yeah, it's on as a motion.
Okay. Yes.
Commissioner Watt?
Yes.
Commissioner Beckwith?
Yes.
Commissioner Blake?
Yes.
Commissioner Roderick?
Yes.
Motion to approve estimate from Dave Davis Communications for installation of digital signage player for lobby TV.
Second, can we just have, give the cost just for the public? I think it was,
So the reason I didn't put the cost on there is because it may go up a couple dollars depending on if we have to install an additional outlet in the wall and if we have to purchase any cables to go with it. The cost for just the software itself is $1,200.
Roll call.
Commissioner Simula?
Yes.
Commissioner Watt?
Yes.
Commissioner Beckwith?
Yes.
Commissioner Blake?
Yes.
Commissioner Roderick?
yes.
Motion to hire Cody Craig at the rate of $10 per hour for 2019 summer internship. Roll call.
Commissioner Simula?
Yes.
Commissioner Watt?
Yes.
Commissioner Beckwith? Commissioner Blake?
Yes.
Commissioner Roderick?
Yes.
Joel, could you just explain to the public, what Cody's role is gonna be?
So Cody's role will be revamping our website, which everybody knows is in desperate need of a lot of attention. So it will be updated.
Where's he going to college?
Resume. He is completing his freshman year at Seton Hill University, with experience in website design and programming.
Roll call. Motion to authorize proposed Eagle Scout project at the Elizabeth Township Community Center.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Simula?
Yes.
Commissioner Watt?
Yes.
Commissioner Beckwith?
Yes.
Commissioner Blake?
Yes.
Commissioner Roderick?
Yes.
Motion to ratify approval purchase of concrete breaker in the amount of $13,500.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Simula?
Yes.
Commissioner Watt?
Yes.
Commissioner Beckwith?
Yes.
Commissioner Blake?
Yes.
Commissioner Roderick?
Yes.
Motion to ratify approval of advertising for the Fallen Timber Drainage Improvements Project.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Simla?
Yes.
Commissioner Watt?
Yes.
Commissioner Beckwith?
Yes.
Commissioner Blake?
Yes.
Commissioner Roderick?
Yes.
Motion to approve donation in the amount of $300 to Buena Vista Ladies Auxiliary for their Memorial Day services and Wave Parade permit fee.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Simla?
Yes.
Commissioner Watt?
Yes.
Commissioner Beckwith?
Yes.
Commissioner Blake?
Yes.
Commissioner Roderick?
Yes.
Motion to approve quote from Cranston in the amount of $2,250 for a door installation.
So moved.
Second. Roll call.
No question on the motion. This is downstairs, is that what you're talking about? I noticed there's two listed there. And, is there one better than the other that you thought would really work better?
So
than the
one
other?
is actually removing a wall in its entirety and putting up another wall, and we felt that it would be best to just put someone and put a door where it's an open area instead of
Keep
bringing.
it simple, project.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Commissioner Simla?
Yes.
Commissioner Watt?
Yes.
Commissioner Beckwith?
Yes.
Commissioner Blake?
Yes.
Commissioner Roderick?
Yes.
Motion to close sewerage account located at 1742 Kennedy Street and waive balance.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Simla?
Yes.
Commissioner Watt?
Yes.
Commissioner Beckwith?
Yes.
Commissioner Blake?
Yes.
Commissioner Roderick?
Yes.
Motion to ratify the hiring of 4 summer help employees for the road department.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Simla?
Yes.
Commissioner Watt?
Yes.
Commissioner Beckwith?
Yes.
Commissioner Blake?
Yes.
Commissioner Roderick?
Yes.
Citizens to address non-agenda items. Cindy Roton, please.
Good evening. I attended a planning meeting prior to some of the hearings coming up on Huntley and Huntley. This has been just a little while ago. My question was that the December 20th hearing, it was really not distinguished as to what type of hearing it was, what type of special meeting, and what that meant. Solicitor Rakunas rattled off a number of types of hearings and different types of meetings. And he actually then suggested that I come in front of you, because my question was, is how come there is nowhere that we know what those hearings are, what type of hearings they are, and how to prepare for those hearings. So that is the reason that I am here. Created some issues at that meeting because that was the Invenergy hearing, by the way. It created some issues because some people had come for questions, preparation, and couldn't do that. So I am here to ask as to whether or not that it is possible to put that on the website as to what they were, that you mentioned, the different types of hearings, what that means. And then when there's a meeting, when John creates that hearing notice, that it put that it is hearing number 5. At the comprehensive planning meeting that we had last week, we also mentioned that moving forward, we need a vehicle to communicate with the township residents as to different things that are going on, that we are doing a comprehensive plan. And in all honesty, there's still people in this township that live on the Green Oak side that don't know that they're fracking in the township and don't know that Invenergy's back on the table. So the reason that I'm here is that you do, make that consideration to be a little bit more transparent. My commissioner, Dr. Lux, said, which is on the agenda, that you were hiring, an intern for the summer, that maybe that's possibly something that, can be done. So I am hoping for that, because people are really confused, not only about the hearing, but really concerned about things that are going on here that they know nothing about.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't remember what those spots were.
That's okay. You're just looking for a little bit more of a description. So
Yeah.
there's a difference between a legislative action whenever you're rezoning versus when you have a conditional use. The conditional use, as you know, has parties and you get party status and you can ask questions if you're affected. Where a legislative action like a rezoning is completely different. You're only entitled to give the public comment. So I think she just wants a little bit more
Yeah.
detail on that. I mean, it's something we can try and work on going forward. But I did suggest that you come here
you
because
did.
these are the ones, these are
Yeah,
the guys.
these are the people to do that. And that way, if we were planning on coming to that hearing, we know, maybe we don't wanna come, or maybe we know now we have to look for some more information. So, it did create some issues at that meeting, so hopefully you will take that under consideration. Okay, thank you.
Todd Bryan?
You know, I bought a house in Vista about a little over 8 years ago. And I'm on the corner of Buena Vista and Wildcat Road, where all the accidents happen. I've been there a little over 8 years, and there've been over 17 accidents there. Some of them towed away, some not reported. I don't know how many tires I see changed in front of my house. 2 tires bouncing off that bridge, bouncing. The new guardrail was just put up a year and a half ago. It's been smashed twice this year. They just towed one out of there Wednesday, this past Wednesday. I've seen cars, 3 cars in my front yard. And when they come down that street, they ain't doing 35 miles an hour. They're doing more 50. And they don't realize when they hit Wildcat Road, it goes downhill. They're doing 52 miles an hour in front of my house. And I got grandchildren. We got to do not enter sign, and we need a cop sitting there to catch. They'll about buy a new cruise car within a year sitting there, and I guarantee you, it's just out of hand. I've seen cars upside down, over the guardrail. That guardrail's been hit numerous times. Wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, towing it out. Sometimes they don't have to call the cops because they make it to Wildcat Road and they're changing not 1 tire, 2 tires. I've seen one last year had to change 3 tires. They hit the bridge on this side, slid across and hit a tire on that side. And they limp it down into Wildcat and they gotta go get tires. I've loaned them jacks before. It's out, and somebody's gonna get killed. Somebody's gonna get killed. And I'm sure you've been down there for many accidents on that bridge. It's way out of hand. Especially when there's 3 cars ending up in my yard. You know, if somebody gets one of my family members get hit, I'm suing. I'm suing a lot of people.
I'm trying to talk to PennDOT about marking that bridge better, because it is old and crumbled.
I know it's on the list to get it replaced, but we need to do not enter sign. There ain't no reason to go down Wildcat Road. They can go another 200 yards down and have to almost stop to make a right-hand turn to get their mail. 80% of your mail, you don't even need anymore. There ain't no reason to go in front of my house at 50 some mile an hour to get your mail. And now they're gonna open the pizza shop back up? I loved when it wasn't there. Like, you know, Daytona 500 here, I'm not qualifying for it. You know, it's a little out of hand. And I'm screaming at people now.
I'll add that to director control for traffic.
You know,
On there.
we can do not enter signs, do not enter down the bottom. They can stay on the road another 200 yards and make a right-hand turn. What really broke Campbell's back, volunteer fire truck, 2 to 3 weeks ago, come flying down that road. If they have to go on a call, I have no problem, you do the speed you gotta do. Cause I was on my way out to get my truck, get out of the corner store to get milk for my grandson. And one time I went down there, there's 5 of them behind the truck, giggling and laughing. Where was you in a big hurry for? To fly, 2 cars can barely pass each other on that street. And you're gonna take an 18-ton truck down that street?
Chief, you'll look at that?
You know, they had,
See, he'll fall off the fence on sir.
they had a crane one out of the creek, and years ago,
There's something
they
else.
say crane, another one out of the creek.
There's something I'm looking maybe that will be good for a couple of our roads. I don't know if you can see the story on those 3D crosswalks.
Oh, yeah, I did see that actually. Yeah.
All roads, I don't think might cause some confusion, but I'm thinking maybe like down Wildcat, that might work, and Georgetown, we're also getting a lot of problems.
Okay.
So I was gonna just
To
research
tell you
that.
the truth, I did put a do not enter sign up. It just took it. You know what I mean? But I put it up in my yard to see how it worked, and it worked perfect.
Thank you, thank you, sir. Yeah, we'll let the chief look at it. So,
I appreciate it.
Pat Cavallero?
Yeah, and by the way, there's only 3 families that live on Wildcat Road, 3, and we all agree. There's only 3 families.
Kat Delaney. I signed up before I got a chance to talk to John, but the problem is still the same. Part of the problem, I should say, is after 4 years of coming up here, the problem was solved with my next door neighbor because the bank took it over, and I think they have a potential buyer. But he moved across the street with his brothers. The problem is all over again. We, last week or so, we had shelving, and today there's a refrigerator, there's a couple grills. I'm not doing another 4 years of this. I don't know what you all can do, but I know one thing. In 4 years, nothing was done, citations, taken into court, none of that, right? None of that helped. I mean, you were there for some
I was
of
there
them.
for some of them, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is until it gets to a point, as you know, the magistrate kind of says, hey, guy, fix it up, fix it. They don't want to come down right away is usually the problem. So, but yeah.
It's the same person.
Yeah, oh, I know. Eventually, yeah, I mean, she
You know,
did.
So I don't know what she's gonna do, because
Yeah.
this isn't gonna be, and this is just the beginning of summer. I don't know.
It's, he's moved, and it's starting all over again at a new address, so the whole process is starting again, and, you know, unfortunately, he doesn't own the property, so, you know, it's gonna be the relative that owns the property that has to
Yeah.
face the consequences.
Well, and if you need me to attend whatever hearings to express the
I
magistrate.
think, you know, just the name.
Yeah,
So
it should, yeah, it
is
should.
leaving a bad taste in the judge's mouth, so.
Yeah, it should.
Okay, because like I said, I'm not giving up, okay, but I'm not doing this another 4 years.
David Lestisha?
Classica.
I messed that up too. I'm sorry. I was trying to work your way through it too.
I know most things have seen me here before, but I stopped in the fall because I have substantial water problems. Pump ride. You stopped at the house.
What's the address?
316 Conway Drive. What we asked for was, the township is not going to be responsible. It's, I gave pictures of this all in the fall. I mean, it's bad. What I was looking for is, I have an engineer here, he's a retired excavator. He said, hey guys, don't worry about it. We're gonna take care of it as long as I got the okay. He's asking for storage. I got the okay. I was asking for the borough to supply 2 catch basins, just to help me out with a little bit of the costs. What I heard was from Chris Evans the last time on 4-4, he's not here tonight. He's been MIA. I don't have any response. I'm working on the 2 catch basins. I think, we should be okay. I haven't heard anything. I don't know how this has to go about. We can see if I can get them. I don't know if they'll donate them to me. You know, it's a little bit of money. What I did here is if we do it for you, we have to do it for everybody. If you could look at these pictures, I don't know anybody in the township that's having this kind of problem from excessive runoff. It's not from my property, it's now LLC, Village property. Is everybody familiar? I don't know what to do. What I'm looking for is I hear it has to go through the board now. 4 out of 7 people have to say yes. Is that correct? That's correct. What do I have to do? I just went.
Up to the point where I had to do
do something. We've been blessed so far this year. I mean, got flooded 6 times last year, five times the fire company was there. I mean, the resources that have been spent on this already, my time and my effort, just cleaning up the house. And it's slowly starting to erode. We gotta do something. What I'm looking for is just, how do I go about finding if I can get them? It's a simple yes or no.
I just wanna, the catch basins, they're going close to the road too, they're extra catch basins.
No, they're gonna be in my backyard.
They're in your backyard.
I gotta run, 20, 40, 60, 80, I gotta run 140 pipe, 140 feet pipe.
Yeah, I mean, and you have a role mess there. I mean,
I do.
And I'll tell you what, like, I'm in favor, I'll give them the catch basins. I mean, I'll make the motion to donate the catch basins
I'll second.
to this gentleman, so let's go ahead. Joe, I got a second, let's go ahead and get a vote.
I appreciate it.
Before you finish up on this motion, because it's not just catch basins, it's also grates to go on the catch basins.
That's okay,
So,
the rates are, yeah.
It's a substantial amount of money, to open up a can of worms to have other people come up there and ask for the same thing.
I realize that, I really do. I mean, and,
We had the engineer study this.
yeah, Brian was
It's
there.
totally on the homeowner's responsibility for this water, it has nothing to do with township.
You've looked at it.
I've looked at it several times.
I was there too. After he came the first time, I went there. I mean, it's,
I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's I think the water's coming from somewhere above the property above. And I
Well, we
mean,
know it is.
and,
We know it is.
you know, unfortunately, he would have to get into a legal battle with them that would take years. I mean,
Right.
and it just would be yeah, so.
Yeah, I think everything that's been said here tonight so far is accurate. I mean, it's runoff from the watershed above.
It's run by some LLC.
Yeah, I don't know that there's ever been any evidence that they are in any type of violation that could be corrected. I think it's just, there's an excessive amount of runoff, you're at a low spot in a bowl. And I think based on what you've done so far, you've acknowledged that it's not the township's problem, and you're here tonight asking for help. So I mean, everything so far has been accurate.
And Kyle, I agree with you. I mean, I you know, but I'd like to help the residents. I mean, they pay
Yeah,
taxes. and it's kind of worth
I'm on
it.
board with this, it's just, I don't wanna see this keep happening, with other people, and it will. The catch basins, from previous knowledge, I believe, were $5.50 a piece, and the grates to go on were $3.75 a piece.
I didn't think the grades were that expensive. Are they that expensive?
We looked
You
at
know
it, I worked on this last week for several hours.
Plus, it's a liability of who's gonna be cleaning that out. If that gets plugged up, does that come back on us as on private property?
No, that wouldn't.
That's the other thing, if it plugs up our line, then I'm gonna have to call Jeff back and come in and do that.
The motion is just basically to donate the 2 catch basins. I mean, if it's on his property, it's good to be his responsibility.
That was one of the issues that the township had, that we're responsible, because what happens if we get another big rain day back up? I said, I'll sign them up. I'm not
Yeah.
asking for any.
Yeah.
What I believe is, and talking to the excavators, with these, that will resolve the problem, unless we have some monsoon, and then guess what? I mean, there's more than just big as gonna be. I got it back last year, for 5 times that.
I seen the pictures, I seen where you're at. I mean, like I said, you know, I understand where Kyle's coming from, and we've had these issues in front of the board before, and I'm in favor to help you out. I mean, I know where he's coming from, and if somebody could come next week and say, hey, you know, we need to catch basin because we're getting flooded or this or that. I mean, and, you know, this board, you weren't on the board, but it's been done before. So, I mean, and that's kind of, yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
There's a motion and second on the floor.
Commissioner Simmons?
Yes.
Commissioner Wong?
Yes.
Commissioner Michaelis?
yes.
Commissioner Blake? Yes. Commissioner Rogers?
Yes.
I have trailer transportation to come in, what do I do?
I think we'll probably. I think we'll work with the solicitor, but I think we'll probably deliver them, so you don't have to, like, I would imagine we'll probably deliver them to your property, or whatever. Is that sounds?
I mean,
are you okay with them picking them up here, Matt? I mean, if we donate, I mean, or would you rather use business?
I don't wanna spend any more, you know what I mean?
I think that needs very,
Yeah.
homework, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever you need to sign off on.
You need to do it now.
No.
I'll prepare the paperwork. I'll need your contact info.
I'll be here again, thanks.
John Jarvis?
Good evening, I guess everybody knows why I'm here. Matt, thanks for the update, even though it really wasn't an update, it was that they dropped the ball again. We started this a year ago, back in November, the fines were supposed to start. So when I heard you say tonight that we'll see what we can do about getting the fines started, and we'll see about pulling the occupancy permit, that doesn't sound good to me. The fines should have started in November, we let them slide, and let them slide, and let them slide, and now, not only did they not respond to you when they said they were going to, they didn't respond at all. So, I have a safety issue in my backyard. It's summertime, it's here, I'm gonna open my pool, I have my kids, the neighbor kids, they play in the yard, they use the pool. I asked you guys in an email, is the yard safe to use? If this were a new home and I was buying it now, would you give me occupancy based on the condition of the yard?
It's hard to say.
It's a yes or a no, it's not hard to say. The engineers looked at it, everyone's looked at it, this isn't a big secret, this isn't something that just happened today, we've been talking about it for a year, is it safe or
It's
it's
not,
not?
the fact is that, I know it's a consolation to you, that, they've authorized me to do everything they can do. So, they're authorizing me to do my recommendation, which, and I explained to you month after month, and I've tried to, keep you in the loop of what was happening and let you know that I wasn't sitting on my hands, that we were actively trying to get this done for you. I was trying to do it, you may not believe it, but I was trying to get it done in the quickest way.
Sure.
And honestly, to have them do it is the quickest way. And so I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, especially with the guy from Texas, Mr. Boots, who did send constant emails to Dollar General Corporate, who kept me in the loop with what he was sending to them. The fact is, they told us they awarded a contract to a contractor. They told us that. Was that a lie? I don't know, but what else am I to believe when Dollar General Corporate says that? We have contractors here calling, saying, hey, what's going on? There was stuff happening, and I was trying to get it done, and that honestly was the quickest way. Obviously, that didn't happen. When I talked to Mr. Boots, he was in the airport and said, I don't know that, he's like, we've never had this problem with them before. I don't know what else to say. I said, look, I can't help you anymore. This was it, and you knew that, and you told them that, and so now they've authorized me, and I know you're upset about it. I saw your email. I'm willing to go through all the emails that I've had with Dollar General on this issue as well, and the time that I've spent to try and get it done for you.
Sure.
I know it's not where you want it to be right now. I know it's been a long process, but here we are. And
Sure.
the only thing I can say is that it will start tomorrow with John and I meeting and talking about where, getting things started and, enforcing everything that we can possibly enforce. We didn't create the issue.
Sure.
They did.
Understood, right.
And whatever they did was not in compliance with our ordinances. So now it's up to us to enforce that, and they've authorized me to do that. So I hope you find a little bit of comfort in that. And the fact is that I feel like because you know that I've worked on this all the way through, I'm not just blowing smoke. When I say I'm gonna start tomorrow, I'm gonna start tomorrow, and I'm gonna work diligently to do everything that we can do as quickly as we can, because I do feel bad for you, and I wouldn't wanna be in your shoes either. And, I understand it, but I hope you understand the other part of this, which was I was trying to get it done the quickest way. And these people strung us all along, and, but here we are. And now the deadline is here and it's gone, and they've authorized me to do exactly what I wanted to do. And, they will get notice tomorrow, of all of this, so.
Okay, and still a question arises with the safety issue. If my kid's back there playing in the yard slides in the Dollar General and somebody gets
Again,
hurt,
one thing I can
who's
say,
liable for that?
well, they are, okay, they've created the issue, and they're non-compliant. We're only responsible to enforce the ordinances, and I told you, not that I would want you to do this, but you actually have a private right of action against them, okay? You can enforce our ordinances yourself through an attorney, if you wanted to do that. Obviously, there's an expense in that, why would you have to do that? That's what we're here for, and we are going to do that. But again, it would all fall on them. We didn't create, this isn't a township created problem, this is a landowner created problem.
Absolutely.
The problem being, though, that it's non-compliant with various ordinances, and so we have enforcement remedies. We're limited under our ordinance, the subdivision and land development ordinance, as to enforcement, how we can do those things. But again, I think they can be very effective here, and we're gonna do everything that we possibly can.
Okay. In addition to the safety issue, we still have the lack of maintenance down there. The grass on Smithfield Street, everyone here has probably driven down Smithfield Street, the grass is 1.5 feet high. They didn't cut it again. It's 3 years, they've never cut the grass down there. You're sending somebody else to cut it. We have that entire first section of Mead Street. On top of that, take Dollar General out, we've got the rundown greenhouse that's attached to the back of the van Advance Auto Parts. It was supposed to be gone. They got permits to put a new roof on the place, they put the new roof on, and they left the eyesore there. They needed to take that off of there before they put the new roof on. Now, they were down there looking at it, I don't know what happened there, but once again, we've got people that are not compliant to any of this stuff, and it's.
I'm not familiar with those other issues. The only thing I can say about the grass though is that obviously we can enforce that ourselves and we can leave the property for sending somebody down there to cut it. I don't know if that's something we can do, John, if we have done that or.
Yeah, we have, and actually Dollar General is getting, a violation for the grass because it's an ongoing problem there. I mean, last year we ended up actually cutting it, and, I think after some point Dollar General did finally pay before we did put a municipal lien on the property.
No, they paid the first time, it took them 6 months to pay, and then we leaned it again, and we just said, or we cut it again 2 or 3 times, and you just leaned it.
Okay.
So we leaned it after the fact, and I said, slide them this year, because I'm not waiting until it's 8 foot high again.
So we have a place that can't even cut the grass, and we're supposed to cross our fingers that they're gonna come in and fix the.
No, we're not gonna cross our fingers, we're gonna enforce it.
Now we are,
We're gonna
right,
enforce
which is
it.
great.
Yeah, exactly.
So I appreciate it, and I realize that it's not a township issue, it is someone else's, so do appreciate your help, but there is frustration there.
I get it, man. I get it, so.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn. So moved.